we have some thoughts on this movie. Yes.
I don't know where to begin because like I thought this movie was going to flop. Well, gonna be like the most okay since 2017. The movie. I was not expecting this to be that good. It was so good.
It was all right. I liked it.
What?
I mean, it's cute. It's fun. But I mean, all My Little Pony movies are fun. But I honestly just, I don't know. I'm too used to Generation 4. So like, I just didn't like this one as much. But to be fair, like, this is the first we've seen of these characters. So like, they're bound to grow on me eventually.
Yeah, I really love Sunny and Izzy and Hitch.
Yeah.
Not the sisters yet. I don't know about the sisters because I feel like they're the most underdeveloped out of all the five characters, and we should. I'll talk about why, but we should probably introduce the video first. What do we talk about?
Well, so we're here today. Doing a follow-up discussion on My Little Pony: A New Generation, which, I mean, is that really the best title they could come up with?
No, it's really not.
Well, it's so generic too. Like, I mean, because like every time you that sounds like the name of a fan animation. Like that sounds like someone's YouTube audio drama of like like. Oh yeah, YouTube video drama presents My Little Pony: A New Generation, and it's a new generation. It's not the old one. It's a new one.
And it's a Star Trek fan series.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, I'll be honest. I think the title works for the movie. I'm just hoping it's not the mainstay title. It might work for the episodes. Like it feels like a 4-parter. Honestly.
I'm wondering why. Like, why does this have to take place in the same continuity? Why did they decide to make this take place in the same continuity as G4?
I don't know why. That's the biggest one that confuses me.
Yeah, because G4 had a perfect ending. You could have ended it there, and that could have been that.
Okay, let's talk about one thing. I love the cameos. I really do. But I agree with you. It's such a bizarre way of, like, reintroducing this new generation. Bring in this new generation, and they use it in the same generation.
Yeah.
What? Why? I mean, okay, I get they were originally gonna use the main 6, but then they backpedaled. Yet they backpedaled into the point that they used the same continuity.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't notice this until today. You know, I don't know if you remember. There's this scene where they're like walking past a giant pink tree.
I think so. Yeah.
It turns out that might be the Tree of Harmony.
Dude, the Tree of Harmony was obliterated by Sombra.
No. The new one, the one that the student 6 made.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the little clubhouse.
I was about to say, okay, that was gonna be.
Yeah, because like someone pointed it out on Twitter, and then Imalu, who is one of the character designers of G5, she wrote back. I was wondering how long it would take for someone to notice that.
Can I see the tweet of that?
Let me see if I can find it.
I'll say this. This is basically the Sonic movie again, where they basically got a fan to do the movie. Right?
Well, I mean, sort of. Like, I'm pretty sure that she just applied, but they could have invited her to do it.
Yeah, no, what I'm saying is that they, like, oh, shit. Like, so we put out these G5 leaks. Okay, that didn't do so well. Bring in some fans who can help us, And it's pretty clear that the artists know more of the lore than the script writers. Because it feels like the script, it felt like, oh, we know that Twilight will become the princess. They didn't know about the epilogue.
Yeah.
And it feels so clear about that because, oh boy, geez, the continuity, I know that it takes like eons and eons before the events of G5, but it still, it kind of screws me over because we had like nearly 10 years of development just to go to the waste. I know, I said again.
I know it's probably not going to happen, but it seems plausibly Fallout Equestria could be the connecting point between both series. Like, it could be plausible. Like, there seems to be that large enough of a time gap. And if you think about it, because, like, you know, we haven't seen any of the locations in Equestria that were there before. There's just Griffinstone's gone. No, there's Zephyr Heights, and then there's Maritime Bay, and then there's the Unicorn Forest. And, like, we didn't see anything else. So, plausibly, like, a nuke could have destroyed Equestria, and then, like, the ponies separated into 3 societies and tried to rebuild society or something. I don't know.
I'll say this. I'm all like, this movie kind of made me wish, man, this movie rocks. I kind of want this to be its own continuity now, because I kind of don't want to be reminded about G4 so many times.
Yeah.
Like, I like G4, okay, to an extent, but boy, it feels like it kind like, whatever. We're kind of like being in a circle, but you get what I mean.
Oh yeah.
We should talk about. Should we talk about the characters or whatever?
I mean, yeah. Let's talk about the characters.
Who should we start? Oh gosh, there's so many. Well, not really, but
the cameo from the main 6 at the beginning was nice.
Fantastic. I'll say this. I was about to mention this, but I think we're gonna see him again because
I hope we do.
No, we will. Not hope.
Like,
we will.
Because there's got to be flashbacks explaining what happened. That's what everyone was wondering when they first announced that. Oh yeah, this is the same continuity, but everyone's racist. So like, so everyone was wondering, but like, what happened? Because like, Equestria was perfect when we left it. Like, we left for 5 minutes. What happened?
Yeah, that's and that's the thing. I know I don't want to go back to the G4 thing, but it feels like they should have held on to G6 or G7. Why G5 of all things? That's just freaking, like, I feel like Pony Life feels like whatever. Not really. Cut this out.
I don't know. But well, Pony Life like was more of just like a holdover.
Yeah,
and
like,
to be fair, this movie is a holdover too, because like we're not getting the series until like fall 2022.
Yeah, true. And like, I'm excited, but I'm just hoping that they actually expand more on the world, what happened. And honestly, I just want them to focus on the new stuff than the old stuff, because it feels clear.
I agree with you. If this was its own continuity, like, I wouldn't have any problem with this movie, but because this movie is connected to such heavy world building and they've just discarded all of that world building, like, it's hard for me to enjoy it without having all these questions floating around in my head.
I mean, I guess that's the point. I think that's the marketing, I guess, because like Hasbro has been releasing G4 toys I've seen, which, to be honest, I wouldn't mind. Like, I would like it if G4 and G5 like are like side by side. Like, you could still release stuff from G4.
Yeah,
that'd be cool. But I think they're not gonna do that. Let's just talk about, like, okay. So there's our character Sunny, right? She's our protagonist. I was about to say she was our Twilight Sparkle, but honestly, she does not feel like Twilight Sparkle. I guess that's Zip, but
well, the difference between her and the difference between her and Twilight was like, Twilight was an introvert and Sunny is just like, I want to be everyone's friend, and that's not a bad thing. I mean, there's nothing wrong with being an extrovert.
But I feel like it kind of clashes. Well, not clashes, but it doesn't clash enough with Izzy's character, who feels like a down-to-earth Pinkie Pie.
I love Izzy. Like, everyone loves Izzy. Like,
I love her too. Yeah.
Equestria Daily did a poll, and they asked, who's your favorite G5 character? And the character with the most votes right now is Izzy.
It's always gonna be Izzy. I love her.
She's got 8. So there were 1,606. No. Bleh. There were 1,767 votes, and she got 874.
Yeah.
So that's like 49%, which is the majority.
I love Izzy too. She's adorable.
She's so much fun. Like,
yeah. And like her, like, the voice actress, like, she plays Horse from Centaur World. Like, holy cow.
Yeah, Kamiko Glenn is really good at like playing horse girls.
I would like to get a poster of Horse and Izzy together, or a fanfic, just to see what happens.
Yeah.
Honestly, I would love. Well, honestly, I want to say this: Izzy and Sunny, I think they are a good duo. a good romantic duo, but I don't think they're a good duo. You know, like they're not. It's not that. You know.
Yeah.
It's just not as cool as Pinky and Twilight, because like you see the contrast between the two, or Rainbow and Twilight.
Well, yeah, but like again, we'll be able to see them develop more character next year. Which that's another thing too. Since this is a Netflix series, I'm wondering if that means that they're going to release the entire season at once. Because normally Netflix, like when they have a show, they just drop the entire they drop like the entire thing, and then and then you just wait till next year and like binge watch them. Like they did that for Stranger Things. Like they dropped the entirety of season 1, and then everyone binge watched it, and then they dropped season 2 like 4 years later or something.
Honestly, I kind of hope they don't do that with MLP G5, because that's the thing about G5 is like you want to know more of the mystery.
Yeah.
Then you have to rush it before everyone spoils it. You know,
really.
Like that's what I like when the movie finally dropped at midnight. I immediately watched it. Like I did not want to wait. I did not trust anyone on Twitter or Discord or whatever. It's dangerous.
I wanted to wait. I wanted to stay up until 2 a.m. to watch it because like that's when it came out my time. But I was sick with strep and I was just feeling like miserable and I couldn't stay up that late. So I woke up and watched it the next morning.
Okay. Can we talk about like oh goodness? There's so much to talk about.
Yeah.
There's the songs. Holy cow,
yeah.
they're so good. Okay,
the songs are pretty good.
Like Gotta Be My Day.
My favorite song, like I will say, the songs are catchy. I feel like between this movie and the last one, like the songs were more of the strong suit of the last one, but they're pretty good here too. My favorite song was the Angry Mob song. I thought that was
Danger Danger by Alan Schmuckle.
It was a brilliant satire of current world events. Like
I got blame Canada vibes to be honest. And like
well, like that's the weird, like because like with everything that's been going on in the news lately, all the riots and like, you know, left and right blaming each other and like, oh, everyone should be angry. Like I was watching this movie and I know it's a kid's film and I shouldn't be reading that much into it, but like the whole time I was going, holy crap. Like this feels too close to home.
I'll say this, that the only problem I have is like I think that they didn't give enough development for Sprout. He only got like 2 or 3 scenes, and then he became like, I will destroy anything that's not me or whatever, just a fascist guy already.
all, like friggin' all hail the Earth Pony Master Race or something.
They're all wearing like these orange tarps.
He was literally wearing like Nazi paraphernalia at the end of the movie.
I think that's a bit much for me. Like, okay, I think we get it, but holy cow, this is a kid's film. Okay, come on, holy shit. And I feel like you can blame this on the mom, I guess, a little bit, right? She's a Karen, but she has at least some like limits.
Well, yeah, like I mean, she seemed to have like some sense as the movie went on. Like she seemed to like be like the level head sort of, aside from the racism.
Oh my gosh, what have I done? Kind of thing. Like this is going too far. Yeah, honestly, for some reason, I know like you introduced me to South Park. And I've been watching too much South Park.
Were you gonna say that he kind of reminds you of Cartman? Because I was just thinking that. But ma'am, I'm in charge, ma'am. Mammy, I'm in charge now.
Who's Kenny? Is Kenny Hitch? Like.
like he just kind of goes off and does his own thing. Hitch was cool. I liked Hitch.
Yes. James
Marsden. I love James Marsden movies. Like anything that James Marsden is in, I'll watch it. It's really weird. He's in a lot of movies having to do with animals.
I mean, the guy who plays the guy from Breaking Bad and Star Wars Mandalorian, the bad guy, you know, the black guy. He's always playing the bad guy, and yet he just keeps on, you know.
Well, like so,
good.
James Marsden was in Sonic. He was the human sheriff guy.
What?
Yeah, and that's funny that he's playing the sheriff. He's playing a sheriff in this movie too.
I hope he comes back for the show, because like.
I hope so too. He was also in man, he's been on fire these past couple years. He was in Westworld, which I've been watching, and that's been pretty good. He was in the new Boss Baby movie. He replaced Tobey Maguire, which is interesting.
Why?
I don't want to, like, I want to say it's because Tobey Maguire is working on Far From Home or on Spider-Man No Way Home.
I think it's pretty obvious, yeah.
Like, that has to be the reason, unless he just didn't want to do it, which is also fair, because it's the Boss Baby.
It's Boss Baby! Like, I just need some money. Oh my gosh, they're doing a sequel.
He was also, if you've seen the original X-Men movies, like the 2000s, he was Cyclops.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
Holy cow, oh wow. We're just kind of like we don't have a structure. We're just throwing things. Because,
I've got a list of things that I'm like, I've got a list of things written down that like.
May I see it?
Yeah, I'll send it to you. I'm
just like, the movie really is a better movie, and it's a better introduction. Like it's an improvement. That's what I wanted, an improvement over G4. I know that G4 is the one that everyone got into and will pee. But,
yeah. Who knows? Maybe G5 will be better. It took us 10 years to warm up to G4, so I guess we'll come back in 10 years and talk about this further.
To be honest, I think that's why they brought in the G4 characters, is because it's a nice transition for,
Yeah.
But then again, they reference G1 and G3 in the Danger.
Oh yeah, because like the scene where there's the TVs.
They could, like, I was thinking, why couldn't G4 be the same thing where it's like,
I really hope it's not a scenario where like G4 is like a line of fictional books or something in G5, like it exists but it is fictional in the continuity of G4. Like, I'm really or in the continuity of G5, like, I'm really hoping that's not the case.
You know what's funny? I kind of hope it is, because, again, I love its own self-contained universe.
Yeah.
But, we have to see more, and, like, it being, like, stuck to its roots right now, especially the ending. Oh, boy. We'll talk about that later, but let's talk about the sisters.
Oh, yeah, the Zip and Pip.
Yeah, they're like the Donald and Douglas or Bill and Ben, and they don't do any. Oh, they do, but they're the most underdeveloped out of the cast. And I like, if I put a scale, I put like Sonny, Izzy, or Hitch, Izzy, or Sonny, Izzy in the same spot.
Yeah.
And then you have Sprout. I think he has a little bit of development and stuff to do. Uh-huh. And then you got the sisters. Like, I feel like the sisters don't really have much to show themselves, which sucks. I know it's the introduction show. Like, we never got to see more of Applejack,
Yeah.
But,
well, I like how they're cast. Sophia Carson plays Pip, who's the frilly princess, frilly princess streamer. Which I mean, that's another thing. I think it's funny that two of the main characters are played by former Disney kids.
Because really nice.
Because Vanessa Hudgens was in High School Musical as Gabriella, and then Sophia Carson was in Descendants, Disney's Descendants. I'm trying to remember who she played though. Dove Cameron. Hold on, I'm googling this. Descendants. Oh right, I'm stupid. She played the main character Mal. Wait, was it Dove Cam? No. Sophia Carson. I am so stupid. Sophia Carson was in Descendants, not. I mean, why am I tripping over words? Sophia Carson and Dove Cameron were both in Descendants. I'm pretty sure it was Sophia Carson that was in My Little Pony. Sophia.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was honestly, Sophia. It was Sophia Carson, and she played friggin' the Wicked Queen from Snow White's daughter.
Oh, gotcha.
I am tripping over words today, my gosh.
Can we just talk about, like, okay, I think they explained it that that's implied that Twilight died too, I guess.
I'm not so sure that Twilight's dead, because, like, there has to be someone raising the sun and the moon. Sure, they've got all this technology now, which we'll talk about that in a sec, but, like, there's got to be an alicorn somewhere hiding off in a cave, like, raising and lowering the sun.
Like Luke Skywalker in The Last Jedi.
Yeah, like Yoda or something.
Yeah, and like that is a big question. Like, there's the Wendigos. Like, I guess like they're bounded by magic too, but like it feels like they had to make these retcons to make G5 work in some way, or and like I we'll have to see more. We have to see more.
Definitely.
This is like we're recording this on September 27th, so we have no idea what's going on, and I'm really excited to see how they're gonna expand on like the xenophobia. Like, I doubt the xenophobia between the races are gone, because you can't just bring in people and then you expect them to like, they'll just turn a new leaf and that's it. I doubt that part's over.
I want to know what happened to the other races. Where's the dragons and the Kirins and the sea ponies and the griffins?
Honestly, I found it interesting about the animals. They look very Avatar. Like, I guess you could say that they've been mutated by the magic?
Or I don't know. Like, maybe that's just how they're designing animals now. I find it interesting that, like, Hitch has, like, this, like all the animals are attracted to Hitch.
Can I just say, that is such a weird thing about the animals, is that the animals, they like I said, they look so weird. They have like, there's the bunnies. They look like they don't look like the ones from the show.
Yeah, they're just tribbles with ears.
And there's the birds who look nothing like fucking. They look like eggs on with stick, like with legs or whatever.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm thinking. Like, if this, like, I guess that's the part of evolution, but it feels like something big really happened during the time of Twilight, or someone else took over.
It's what am I? Shoot, I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, right. So technology. Segues are weird. Let's talk about technology.
Let's talk about technology. I like it, but I feel like they should have leaned into like the 60s. I mean, okay, G4 kinda touched on the 60s tech or the 80s tech, but I guess this is fine to go to freaking iPhones already. So it's weird.
I don't get like the like
TVs.
Why the technology, like I think it's interesting that like all the like the three different races have different like distinguished types of technology. Like the technology in Maritime Bay, like with the Earth ponies, is very like grimy, like shiny industrial 90s electronics, and then
you got the unicorns who are very Apple.
Yeah, they've got like a lot of like fancy updated technology, and then the unicorns don't have anything. The Pegasi have all the fancy technology. The unicorns don't really have. They kind of just live in a forest off of mushroom. Like, yeah.
I think it's implied to be Everfree Forest. I think. Which is it just like a normal forest or Everfree Forest without magic?
I don't know. Like, I thought it was the Everfree Forest, but who knows? Maybe it's not, or maybe when Fallout Equestria happened, the forest was nuked, and this is just a new forest. Who knows?
Okay, I don't think that's what happened, but we can go by there.
Well, until they say otherwise, that is the theory I'm sticking to.
Shit. I'm gonna say that there was some, like, I think they mentioned returning villains, which I doubt Sprout was a returning villain. No way, hell no.
Yeah.
But I think Cozy, Tyrek, and Chrysalis did return, and I think they're still out there. And I find it interesting that what if I had a theory that I may have told you that the other creatures are united so well that they just kind of ditch the ponies. Like, what, these fuckers are just having their own problem. Let's just get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
And it'd be so funny just to see that, honestly. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna talk about Sprout. Like,
yeah, okay.
Can we talk the development about this film?
Yeah, all right.
we mentioned that Sprout feels like Cartman, but to be honest, I guess like I know that maybe South Park didn't do this first or whatever. Like South Park did this, South Park did this. I'm not saying that, but like it just reminds me a bit like it, because like, you know, the city feels so conservative, you know? And it's like, it's so ridiculous to the point that I could totally see this, like if Trey Parker and Matt Stone wrote an episode about this with the boys, it would be so hilarious.
The funniest thing would be if I know it's probably not going to happen, but I would love to see an episode of My Little Pony written by Matt Stone and Trey Parker. That would be brilliant.
That'd be
because like they've never written like kid friendly content before, so like it would be interesting to see how they spin it.
I mean, I want it to be unfiltered as heck, just like toilet humor, gory stuff, like lots of horror movies references. I mean, to be honest, one of the writers helped write Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Mm-hmm. The Quentin Tarantino film, like, holy cow.
I did not know that, actually.
Yeah, so this guy knows his stuff. I feel like he just had to be safe about it. Like, hey, Hasbro's like, hey, be a bit safe, please. And, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Should we talk about the unicorn unicorn bit?
There's the bit where there was this one bit in the unicorn forest that like I was just laughing uncontrollably, and that's the scene where like someone says magic and then the little British kid goes, "You said a bad word. We need to do the thing so we don't get it haunted." And then they start like going bing bong, bing bong, bing bong.
Yeah. and I was wondering, like, wait, why did Sonny have to do this dancing? Why couldn't they just say these offensive words to these people, like, you know, so they could just get out of there?
I'm wondering why mayonnaise of all things. Why is mayonnaise a bad word?
Maybe it's related to cum.
Oh no. Oh gosh, no.
I was like, is that supposed to be a reference to that? I think the show would explain it much better than I did. But as of right now, that's my explanation.
I almost was about to say that it's nice that there was a movie with no third act breakup, but then I remembered that there was a third act breakup in this movie. It was so brief that I forgot it existed.
It was too short.
Like,
honestly.
There weren't any characters fighting or breaking up. It was just characters broke up, and then they got back together 3 minutes later.
I think they're just like, well, we give up. Let's get out of here. Bye, guys.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like, oh, okay. It's like, I guess like they needed a breakup, but they didn't know how to do it, so they just like, okay, I guess we'll just go home now. Like,
bye.
Bye.
It didn't work, so let's just go. Bye.
Just fuck off. And it is a bit strange. Like, couldn't they just still be friends and figure it out? Like, like, okay, why? Like, I get what Sonny was trying to do, but plus that ending, like, oh, we had to be friends or whatever.
The ending was a bit brief. It felt a bit.
It was brief. Too short. It
was too abrupt.
Yeah, okay, we got our typical final battle, but it didn't really feel like a final battle. It was just like a race against time kind of thing, right? But
I don't know. That's another thing. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead. I did a whole lot.
What are those crystals? Where did those come from? What happened to the elements of harmony?
Oh, they were destroyed. They were given back to the trees of harmony, and then that got destroyed, and then it turned into that tree.
Well, yeah, but like then there was the tree got replanted by the Student 6. Presumably, it's that big pink tree that we saw. Mm-hmm. And if it's not, like when Twilight's friends presumably died, did the elements die with them, or like? What are these new crystals here? That's very confusing.
They were made. I think they made it for the three. Wait, why the fuck would you want to make 3 crystals for 3 races?
Yeah,
that makes it more inconvenient than it should.
That's just gonna cause more division, honestly. I think.
I mean, I get the intention, but the more I think about it, the more I think this is more flawed. Like, I think he was supposed to be one piece, and then it got separated. I think, I don't know, but it seemed like it was built for the 3 races, which
I guess so. But like, why?
Why? Yeah, like, hey, if you don't want more of a division, just make one.
Well, I guess that would cause more troubles too, because then everyone would be fighting over that one crystal.
I guess, but that at least would bring some unity to some extent.
I'm trying to figure out what the purpose of the crystals actually is, because, like, I mean, they said, sure, it's to bring magic back to Equestria, but, like, who decided these crystals are going to take magic away from Equestria in the first place?
Well, here's the thing. What if that's a backup crystal that something else got rid of the original magic? Because I don't think these crystals... I don't buy it. I don't buy these crystals unless they say that Twilight found them during the expedition with the main 6, and they should just put it under her, like, the castle tree for quite some time, and that's why we never saw it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I guess that's a good explanation if you bring in the G4 characters into it.
I mean, I guess.
Maybe that's implying that they found it and they didn't make it. It was just like that the whole time, but wait, what about, like, what happened to the Wendigos? You mean these fucking things also contribute to the Wendigos to some extent? You know, those things that nearly will freeze you to death if you don't comply or whatever?
There is one thing that, like, I mean, we kind of touched on it, but we didn't really discuss it.
Mm-hmm. What is it?
Like, how did Twilight mess things up so badly? Or did she mess things up so badly? Because, like, they went out of their way in this series to make sure that you knew this was connected to G4. They like... If Twilight or one of the main 6 wasn't responsible for this division, I don't think they would have felt the need to establish the connection like that. But they did, and so I think there's got to be something going on here.
I feel like it was more like, I'm going to give you this, like, I think the writers are going to do like this, so to not destroy Twilight's reputation or whatever.
Yeah, or maybe like, Tirek, Chrysalis, and Cozy Glow, like, broke out of the stone prison, and maybe they are the one that caused all the, like, discord and hatred and stuff. Which, on the subject of discord, where the heck is Discord? Discord is an immortal chaos god. Like,
I think, here's my theory, I think that Fluttershy and Discord are off somewhere else. They're like, hey, we're just me. Like, I think, like, Discord and Fluttershy just had the right idea to fuck off. Like,
they just failed.
Yeah, like, Fluttershy's immortal. Let's just get the fuck out of here. You want to come with us, Twilight?
Yeah.
Nah, I'm staying in this cave. Like, I gotta raise the sun and moon.
Or even worse, Fluttershy passed away and Discord couldn't really use... Like, Discord's powers wouldn't really, like, allow him to, like, resurrect anybody, so he just kind of was like, well, I mean, Fluttershy was the only thing keeping me here, so bye.
Yeah. Honestly, like... I mean, they can't bring back John Delancey anyway, because he says he's done with Discord. So
the guy who was playing Discord in Pony Life, I think if like he was doing a pretty good voice for Discord.
Okay,
in that show.
True that. I'm just like, okay, can we talk about that ending? The ending with the alicorn.
The alicorn.
Look, I'll say this. I don't mind that the magic came back. That's just like, you know what, we need a happy ending. Okay, sure. It's a kid's show. It's a kid's movie, I mean. And it's pretty clear that the xenophobia is not gone. It's just the magic's back. And I'm assuming more trouble will come from there. But that alicorn bit just... I'm hoping it's not permanent. Because...
Yeah, well, I mean, like, that was kind of weird to me, too. Because, like, she didn't, like, grow wings and a horn. They just kind of like magically lit up and appeared.
It feels like, I've heard, like, my friend says, like, it's temporary and then it goes away, or it's her avatar state. Either way, I felt like it should have been a season 1 or 2 finale kind of decision to make. Why would you give the character that would go a lot of growth, who seemed like she needs to learn a lot. All she knows, like, to be honest, she doesn't really know the full extent of what's going on. She just know, hey, I gotta bring in these people because my father said so, and like that's pretty cool, right? She doesn't really know what happens if you do, and there's like more conflict arises. And I guess the crystals gave her that just to make sure to keep things in balance. But honestly, I would love her just to be an Earth Pony, and I hope they kind of go back to Earth Pony mode because we never really got an. Okay, maybe G1 and G3, but I want an Earth Pony protagonist that doesn't have powers. I love those kinds of characters where their intellect is more important than their physique or whatever.
Yeah, I think that would be great. Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, I'm just like I'm worried, but I'm still happy about the series. So let's hope that they do something. They do the right thing. Like, hey, I had doubts for G5. Who's to say the show is better than the movie? So
yeah,
let's hope they actually develop Pip and Zip. I really don't know those characters that well. Like, okay, they say that Zip is a scientist, but she's just kind of a tomboy in the movie, and that's it.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. There was a lot of interesting setup in this movie. So I am looking forward to seeing what they do with it.
You want to and also you want to bet they're gonna make are they gonna actually do flashback episodes with the main four?
I hope they do. I hope they do. This at this point, it looks like this series is shaping up to be what Legends of Korra was to Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Yeah. And I had a theory that they maybe they'll come back as ghosts, or there's a time travel episode.
Yeah.
Though if they do a time travel episode, that would fuck everything up. Like if Twilight sees this, guarantee you she's immediately gonna change the fate of the world immediately. Like I know that she might have to stay with the course of time, but I feel like when Sunny comes back from the past and goes to the future, she may have accidentally caused the events of a new timeline where she doesn't exist anymore. Yeah. And her father's doing something else. Oh no!
Yeah.
I cease to exist! I doubt they can do that now, because now I think about it, oh well. I think they'll do the ghost thing.
Yeah.
Or flashbacks.
But anyways, yeah, what final rating, what would you give this movie on a scale of 1 to 10? 1 being the worst, 10 being the best?
Fuck, this is so good. I am in the 7 or 8 area. The movie is a bit rushed. There are some weird bits. The Unicorn, I think that Unicorn Village, I have to rewatch again because I just find the decisions there more weird. Wait, why are they dancing? Why couldn't they just say bad words and leave?
Yeah.
Okay, I guess they just want to relax. All right, let's see, Sunny do dances.
Yeah.
I think 8 out of 10. It's an 8 out of 10. I think it's a great movie for kids and adults to hop on, and not just for bronies. I was kind of concerned maybe this might lead too much to bronies, which to be honest, I'm kind of, now I think about it, I'm kind of glad that they didn't rely on the bronies.
I think that's why this movie has if you've looked at Rotten Tomatoes, it has a miles better score than the last one, and I think that's just I think that's because this one has a much broader appeal. And
that's what I like about it. It's not focused on here are for the bronies, and then you got the movie here are for the kiddies. It finally understood what its goal was.
Yeah,
just appease everyone despite being a kids movie. You know?
And I mean and because there's if you've never seen My Little Pony before, you can still watch this movie and pick up on and understand what's going on, which I mean you still kind of could with the first one, but not to the same degree as you could this one.
And also it went up to the top 10 of Netflix. I'm kind of glad. It seems like I don't want to say it's a resurgence, but it feels like we're gonna get more fans now. Love this. And also, I want to say this before your rating. If you look at the image I posted, I stand out now because I have Izzy's profile pic.
Yeah.
All right, what's your score?
I'm gonna have to say 5 to 7.
What?
I like it. Don't get me wrong. I'm still too attached to G4. This will probably change in the future. I'll probably look back on this movie and my score will probably change. But right now, it's just really I don't know. It's I don't know.
Okay, I guess that's the thing, but because the continuity one, I think I would why?
Yeah.
It's just why. Well, oh well.
Yeah.
We'll just have to see more of G4, G5.
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, man, I can't wait to watch G5, and then I realized, oh shoot, their animation's gonna kind of go on a downgrade.
Yeah.
You know, but I feel like that's gonna be expected for a TV series or like a Netflix series. I hope the Netflix series can like maintain that spunkiness of the movie, that vibe.
Yeah, because like the animation, we forgot to talk about the animation, but the the animation is really good. Like this is like
so
Pixar
good.
quality stuff.
And like, oh my gosh, like the lighthouse, like Sunny's like room is so warm and stuff.
Yeah, like the every place you go has its own like mood.
I can remember
and like it makes you feel that mood. Like the factory sort of makes you feel cold and unsettled. And then like all the ponies have like this really soft texture to them. Like they went and like put details on everything, and I love it.
Can we also mention about like the fan who there was a fan who loved the show, I think, and like helped the design. Like I'm so glad they got some input from the fan. Well, not input, but actually had a fan to do it, which I mentioned a while back. Oh man, it's such a good movie.
This is a good movie.
Yeah, honestly, there's one thing I forgot to mention about the father.
I
forgot to mention that. The father. Yeah, I knew he died. Like, I fucking knew he died. Like, it was no doubt he's gonna be dead. Just, oof.
I wonder why. Like, what? Like, why is the father? One, why does the father know about the main six? And two, why does he have such a particular interest in Twilight? Like, he had the necklace with her cutie mark on it, and then like all this. G4 paraphernalia, and then that's another thing too, cutie marks. Like, what's going on with cutie marks? Like, if magic is gone from Equestria, how are these ponies still getting their cutie marks?
I think it's just like a fad. Like, oh, you got a tattoo, nice, whatever.
Yeah,
moving
maybe.
on, like, you know, and like, I'll say this, like, I kind of had a theory that the father was part of some kind of secret organization where there's like there's the Pegasus, the unicorns, and the Earth ponies are working together to try to bring back, you know, and then Sunny just helped out on accident, but it seems like they're not going that direction. I hope they do explain how the heck does he know all of this stuff, and I think Zip knows about the G4 stuff too, right? Also, I found it interesting about the place they'd gone to, that mysterious place, you know? Zip's,
the central hub.
That looks nothing like Contra-Lot. So, like, it seems like the divide didn't happen too long ago. So...
It looked relatively, like, well upkept.
So, yeah, I don't think it's, like... This place seems like it happened, like, 20 years ago or so, which I wouldn't... Like, well... Maybe 100 years ago, because ancient Equestria, you know. And, like, 100 years ago is enough time for people to forget, so... Alright, I think we should, like...
Yeah,
like... We'll just probably end this right now.
Yeah.
Where else we go? Thank you, guys!
Yeah.